We all know the landing of Chandrayaan-3 in the month of August created a global record, putting India the first country to land near the south pole of the moon. This was widely recognized and applauded by reputed space agencies of the world like NASA, European space agencies, and many other space agencies like JAXA of Japan. So many countries really praised Isro for doing such a soft landing near to the south pole of the moon. Only one country has raised an issue about the landing area of the Chandrayaan-3. That country we all know, that is China. The China's lunar space father, whom we call as Ouyang Ziyun, is considered as the father of the lunar space mission of China. He has commented to the official newspaper called as the Science News, telling that the landing area is nowhere near to the south pole of the moon, or it falls in the polar Antarctic area of the south pole of the moon. This is what he has commented. Now, let us understand what is polar Antarctic area. The polar Antarctic area lies between 80 degree to 90 degree south latitude to the equator. Equator is also a latitude. The latitude is nothing but a horizontal line running over the planet, which divides the planet or moon or the earth into two parts. That is called as the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. The bottom side of the equator is called as southern hemisphere, and he says that the polar Antarctic area lies between 80 degree to 90 degrees south in the southern hemisphere. This is where the polar Antarctic area lies. We also means the earth also has an Antarctic area that lies between 66.3 degrees south to 90 degrees south of the equator. Now we have much larger area compared to that of the moon. Why is that so? Means the rotational axis is tilted towards 23.5 degrees when you take sun as the reference for the earth. Whereas in the moon, the rotational axis tilting is very minimal. You can say it is just 1.3 to 1.5 degrees. So the area of the Antarctic area is very less. That is between the 80 degree to 90 degrees. So what the area is approximately, it is around 1.5 million square millimeters, or you can call it as a 0.6% of the lunar surface. This is the polar Antarctic area. Now, where is this South Pole? The South Pole is the center of the polar Antarctic area. That is called as the South Pole. Now, where exactly Chandrayaan-3 is landed is, it is, they say, it is landed exactly at 69.36 degree south to the equator and 32.34 east to the prime meridian line. Prime meridian line runs perpendicular to the equator, means it runs vertically, and it divides the planet into two hemispheres called as the eastern hemisphere and the western hemisphere. So equator divides to northern and southern hemisphere, prime meridian divides to eastern and western hemisphere. Now the 0.69.36 and 32.34 east is, he tells, it measures approximately 619 kilometers from the south pole of the lunar surface. This is what he says. So this point he claims it is the high latitude region of the southern hemisphere, because The polar Antarctic area starts at 80 degrees south. He is telling that 69.36 south is called as very near. That is called as the high altitude area of the lunar surface. This is what he claims. Now, further, he claims that the south polar region starts at the rim of the Shackleton crater. The southern polar region begins at the rim of the Shackleton crater. Shackleton crater is 21 kilometers wide diameter and 4.6 kilometers depth, where you know that sunlight do not reach at all in these areas. So he tells that the rim the rim of the Shackleton Tower is where the South Polar region starts, and it is very highly difficult for a spacecraft to enter the South Polar region. This is what he claims. This claim in the space world is really a surprising because no space scientist ever debates or disputes the other country's space mission. Thank you.